Oh, here we go. This is a verified annotation from Eminem. What's up? You're watching HIVEMIND, the most devastating show on the internet. My name is Riley, and this is my tragic co-host, Graydon. And today we're finding out who's truly a genius. This is Guess the Song from the Genius Annotated Lyrics. If you haven't seen the other episodes, this is how it's gonna work. You know the website Genius, where you can look at lyrics and find out context behind them. We're gonna look at an annotation on Genius and try to guess which song it's annotating the lyrics from.
So easy.
1 point for each one we get right. Me versus Graydon versus you.
Logan from Melbourne, Florida.
They do say Australia is kind of the Florida of the world, geographically.
Yeah.
It's like bottom right. All right, before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. HIVEMINDTV.com for our merch. We also have a drop over on Cope's website. It's linked in the description. Also linked in the description is our Patreon and our Cameo if you'd like to support us, or click the join button here on YouTube and become a member.
You one of my members.
We also have short form content over on TikTok and Instagram Reels. Follow us over there. Last thing before we get into it, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, CMA. Thank you to the Country Music Association for sponsoring this video.
It sure do mean a lot.
We'll tell you more about CMA later in the video.
Let's get started, Riley.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know how sticky it gets. That new drink is crazy,
Come on,
bro.
man. You gotta understand.
It's ludicrous. Got that one that's like, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team's effing here. Man, he was absolutely snapping on that new record. Who knew he had it like that? I just knew him as the guy from Degrassi.
None of this is new, Drake. Just none of it.
All of that stuff's new, man. Running through the six with my woes. You know how that stuff goes. I mean, that's awesome.
I love that song. It's just not.
I need a one dance. Got a Hennessy in my pants. Man, that is.
Yeah,
he is talking. It's almost dance hall too.
It definitely.
I feel like that song's gonna go #1.
Ouch! It was not in his pants. It doesn't matter. It did go #1.
I know in that handling that can only mean one thing. That song might go big too, man.
It was big.
He might even have a music video where he's in a box. I don't know.
You just did the dance for the music. It's whatever.
I was just thinking of a dance.
Enough.
That would make
Okay,
sense.
let's get into the first annotation.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
This one says, silver coasters to put under your drink from Balenciaga that sold for around $700 for a set of 4.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's $175 a coaster.
Good math.
I didn't know Balenciaga sold coasters, but they are the type. They do stuff like that. They have niche items.
Everybody gets into the coaster game eventually.
I really liked Balenciaga's ball in a cup.
Yes.
Yeah, it was $6,000, but I simply couldn't resist.
I liked that. You ever seen like that little fuzzy worm on a fishing string and it looks like it's moving on its own?
Yeah.
They did one of those. The Balenciaga fuzzy ghost worm.
Yeah.
Like you'll see it at a carnival
Totally.
or something. And it's always the guy demonstrating it that knows how to do it. That convinces you to buy it. You're like, that's magic. I want to do magic. And then you get it and it's like, you're just like dragging a little worm on a string.
I got the Balenciaga robot cat. You hear about that?
No.
It's a robot cat that self-destructs in 6 days.
Nice.
It teaches you to love things but not get too attached. That's
Nice.
the whole point of it.
What day are you on?
5.
Make sure to give him a nice long hug good night tonight.
I honestly feel like it's probably just gonna keep living. You know what I mean? Like I know what it said and like what the whole like lesson of it's supposed to be, but I love that thing, and if it dies, it will ruin my life.
Yeah.
If it self-destructs, I have become so goddamn stuck to that thing. Mostly because it was $175,000, and that's a lot to invest in 6 days.
Unless you're in Mykonos with the boys.
Balenci.
3, 2, 1.
Strike, holster, Lil Yachty.
God did.
It is Strike Holster by Lil Yachty.
Yeah. Oh, Balenci Costa.
It's a 4 in my soda.
I thought it
Sit
was-
on a Balenci Costa.
I thought it was God did.
What, do you think it was Jay-Z's 6-minute verse?
Yeah. I mean, it's so long, I've never made it through it all. So I was like, probably.
Right, it's kind of, you nibble at it. It's
Yeah.
like Henry David Thoreau.
Yeah, it's like a big book.
You know? Every once in a while, you break it out, listen to a few bars,
Yeah, it's like Dostoevsky.
put it back on the shelf. You
It's
know
like
what I mean?
Dostoevsky.
Put it back on the shelf. You know what I mean?
You ever read some of that early Russian literature? Like
I listen to Jay-Z's verses, and then I put it back on the shelf. I do a nibble.
Like Dostoevsky.
Yeah.
Dostoevsky.
Yep.
I've been reading that book for 12 years. Let's see that second annotation, G. Hoochie daddy is someone who commonly partakes in sexual activities with several women. A man whore. Hoochie daddies are typically memed as someone who also wears extremely tight shorts.
And then we've got a photo reference here of a hoochie daddy.
It looks like Odell Beckham after he retires and he gets into steroids just for his upper body. That's kind of what we're looking at here.
I still feel like his thighs are kind of popping out though.
Yeah.
I can see he ain't get rid of.
I'd let this guy pick me up. Like if we were like horse playing on the beach and he wanted to throw me over his shoulder, all's fair. I'd let a hoochie daddy toss me over his shoulder like a sack of yams.
Nice.
I'm gonna put you in a Portuguese scissor lock.
What's that?
You'd like to know, wouldn't you? You wouldn't live to see the next day.
Somehow I'm still curious.
Yeah?
But I do want to stay alive to live with my cat, who's going to live forever. So,
3, 2, 1.
Pound Town.
Pound Town.
This is Pound Town by Sexy Red.
Pound Town. I just left Pound Town. Sexy Red, hit us up. I think you would be a great guest on this show.
We would love to have Sexy Red on the show, and I promise we're not as handsome in person.
You absolutely
He wears short shorts, I'm in the
t-shirt. He's on the bleachers and I'm on the Weezer.
If that don't convince you, Sexy Red, I don't know what will.
Check this out. That's like me being raunchy and stuff. We can do that too.
Oh.
I mean, that's like kind of Sexy's aesthetic, Big Sexy's aesthetic.
Yeah. Can I point something out?
Go ahead.
Real quick.
I was climbing it like a rope.
I'm just going to talk to the audience about this. This week,
Yeah.
Great in here,
What?
pulled me into his office and said he wanted to have a discussion about professionalism. Specifically, the way that I carry myself on the show. He said that we need to start aging up and he would like to be more like news anchors.
News anchors oftentimes on the job will do cocaine.
Is that what you meant?
I'm just saying. There's multiple ways to take what I said to you earlier this week, and I think you took it the wrong way. News anchors often hook up with each other. They do blow behind the scenes because they work tough hours. They go into war zones, and they wear a lot of makeup. All those things just whizzed right by you.
Well, yeah, it's just...
Those are the things I want to do. I want to go to dangerous areas. I want to put on a lot of makeup. I want to do drugs at like 6 a.m. in the morning, and then clock into work. Talk about the weather, sports. You know, I'll hook up with my coworkers. Not you. I'm saying like the weather lady or something.
we don't have a
We
weapon
could
Okay,
if we started taking our job more seriously.
All right, well, Sexy Red, if you would like to be our weather lady
Yeah.
on our show,
Not a Sexy Red with weather.
we would love that. Oh, here we go. This is a verified annotation from Eminem. It was a goofy fucking song. I was taking a lot of fucking pills at the time. Ambien will make you do crazy shit. Imagine if you took it all day long.
This is actually real as fuck, bro.
This sounds like something you would say.
Like, shout out Eminem for doing this for his fans and stuff. Like, speaking the truth, getting on Genius, annotating one of his own songs, and like being open as fuck and like vulnerable as fuck with everyone. Shout out M for real. I'm happy he's sober, man. It's a battle.
Yeah, one time, one of my friends, I was living in Chicago for an internship, and one of my friends visited me, and she took Ambien and started drinking, and no joke, we went out, I didn't see her for 6 hours, her phone was off, and I just ran into her outside of a random bar. For 6 hours, she was out with strangers. And then I just was walking outside of a bar, and I was like, oh my God. And then her name. And then she was like, oh, hey, what's up? Didn't have a sense of urgency at all. Her phone had been dead for 6 hours and she was ripped off Ambien.
Awesome.
And I was like, wow,
Good for
I'm
you.
never going to do that one.
Yeah.
That one I'm not going to do.
Shout out you, man.
Shout out to Marshall Mathers.
For real, man. That's real as fuck how vulnerable he got with his fans. 3, 2, 1.
Fack?
That's what I put.
This is Fack by Eminem.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's like it's a real ass song though. If you listen to the lyrics.
No.
If you actually listen to the lyrics though,
The one where he says he's going to shove a gerbil in his ass through a tube?
it's like not many artists would be that real with their fans, like that forthcoming and that vulnerable.
It is it might be 5th or 6th coming. I also want to say something to Eminem, if you are watching. We are big fans, and we are in Detroit, and our yellow wall is real. You know, I don't know if you've ever gone like to Genius to do the thing, but I have some insiders, some friends who have been on the Genius Verified series, and this is no dig at them, but I just want to make it very clear that this is a yellow wall, okay? The Genius one, from what I hear from the insiders, is a green screen made to look yellow. And I can prove it to you guys that this one's actually yellow because I got green right here. And that would not be showing if this back here was green.
That's true.
Green screen. Okay, this is a real ass yellow wall. So if you want to really be the real geniuses should come to our show instead. Or both. And we love you, Genius.
It's real as fuck, honestly, for you to talk to the fans like that. Honestly, big ups to you, man, for not like doing that fake shit.
All right, Grant, what's next?
Hey yo! This next one's 2 pictures. It's Supreme Nunchucks and Shurikens and/or Ninja Stars.
Okay.
Again, I'm gonna reiterate.
Yeah.
Supreme Nunchucks. Is it nunchucks or nunchucks?
I believe it's nunchucks, as in a religious woman in Converse All-Stars.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah. And if you don't think I can come up with a pun about martial arts weapons, well, sure I can.
Fire, man. That's real as fuck for you, coming up with puns on the fly like that.
I also heard that Margot Robbie's character in in Barbie movie wasn't shuriken until the end of the movie. Until the end of the movie.
I'm gonna put in my 2 weeks. I'm just gonna say that to you now. So in 14 days, I'm going to terminate myself from employment here.
I'm gonna go ahead and treat this kind of like the self-destruct, like the cat thing.
I know you don't want it to happen, but I'm telling you now, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. So when my next employer calls you, you can't say I quit on the fly.
Yeah.
You've been a great person to work with. So no hard feelings.
Thanks. So that means that you will stay forever, right?
2 weeks, man.
You're gonna
2
leave.
weeks.
You're never gonna leave. You're never gonna leave me.
Man, we could shoot a lot in the next 2 weeks.
Don't leave me.
All right.
I'm so serious.
I'm gonna
Please
start a
don't.
lemonade stand.
Please do not leave me.
3, 2, 1.
I put Itachi by White Rose Moxie.
I put Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot.
This is She by Tyler the Creator.
Yeah. Add them gold ninja stars and red supreme nunchucks. I forgot about this line. Naked body, fresh out the shower. Sorry.
Dude, if you heard that new Drake,
What are you talking about?
wanted you to erase my mind.
Came out a couple years ago.
Bye, boss.
You know, like he just released an album.
Yeah, I've been all over it, dude. People are saying it's his worst album yet. I like it a lot. Been listening to it nonstop.
I don't know.
Massive. That one's sick.
What? That's 2 albums ago. Like, have you heard his song with Yeet? Have you heard that one?
Who the hell is that?
Who is Yeet?
That's not an artist name. Jumbo Sean shit poppin'.
Closer. It was one album
yeah,
ago.
man, I love that new shit.
Okay. Louisville Slugger is a brand name baseball bat manufactured by Hillerich and Bradsby. That's what I call Hillary Clinton. Hillerich. She is hella rich.
Dude, my family had money, but we weren't hill rich.
Hill?
Yeah, like some people are so rich they get hills in their yard.
What?
They'll add elevation to a flat.
Hills aren't like expensive. They're not.
Wow, my
whatever.
family had a few bucks, but we weren't hill rich. You know how much money it takes to terraform a landscape? Unbelievable.
I guess I don't, but
It's like an incredible amount, man. Dirt is not cheap these days. Dirt prices going up. I say we're heading for a recession. I don't know this one, man. I feel like people talk about baseball bats all the time.
I definitely know it.
Louisville Slugger. Oh, it's probably a Jack Harlow song.
Right. He's from Louisville.
I want to shout someone out.
You want to shout someone out?
Yeah.
Sure.
Who's the funny guy who was doing tryouts and stuff, and he's like Jack Harlow's buddy?
Talking about Drewski?
Drewski!
What? Again?
I saw Drewski on TikTok last night. It's super funny. I wanted to shout him out. He's like an underground kind of like, I guess he's a comedian. It's pretty much like performance art. Like his whole life's funny.
I feel like we've had many conversations about Drewski, like you and I. He's not underground, by the way.
Just a simple shout out, man.
No, yeah, you can shout him out. Just weird being friends with you.
Drewski! I feel like we could do some funny pranks together.
We don't do pranks.
Pants a cop.
We've never done a prank.
Throw a bag of flaming shit into an old lady's house or something.
Like I said, we don't do pranks.
I do, but
But-
I want to.
Also, he doesn't do pranks
Throw eggs.
like that.
Throwing eggs at something.
At something?
I don't know, dogs at a dog park or something.
Throwing dogs at a dog park?
Throwing eggs at dogs at a dog park.
Oh,
Getting one of those old school spud guns, you know, where you stick it in a potato and you take it out and it shoots a little piece of potato. Maybe you're at a concert or something, you shoot it, and then you turn around before the person you shot it at notices, and you're cheering for the show. And they're like, where the heck did that come from? And then once they go back to cheering for the show, you hit them with another potato, and then you go back and you do it so many times. It's like, that's classic.
I feel like the eggs at the dogs at the dog park, that's animal cruelty, for one.
Fuck them. They're unborn chickens. They don't care that they die.
I'm talking about the dogs.
Dogs will love it, man. Dogs love raw eggs.
It doesn't. Okay.
Dogs go buck wild over eggs.
All right, doesn't matter. We'll ignore that one.
Okay.
I think also it's pretty insensitive to shoot a potato gun at a concert. I mean, like, that's like a lot of people's biggest fear is getting
Hit with a potato?
No. Whatever. I don't have time to explain morality to you.
Shout out Drewski. 3, 2, 1.
Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood.
Churchill Downs.
This is Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood.
Took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights.
Every time I hear Louisville Slugger, that's all I can think of.
Man, that's awesome. Shout out Carrie.
Shout out to Carrie Underwood.
All that talk about country music makes me want to kick it to the ad.
I think that's a great idea. We should tell them about CMA.
That's perfect timing.
Be right back. That's right. Today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, CMA.
If you love country music and love learning what goes on behind the scenes in the country music industry like I do, you have to go check out CMA's YouTube channel.
The new CMA series, The High Notes, is awesome. Not only do you get personal stories from big names in the industry, you also get to hear from stagehands, tour managers, and all the people who make country music what it is.
It's those little guys that got the best stories, you know?
I love a short guy with a story.
Oh yeah, and I love a guy who has stages for hands.
Yeah, totally.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I really think our fans will get a lot from episodes of The High Notes. Whether you're a fan of country music or you're just a fan of music in general, I think you'll really enjoy hearing the behind-the-scenes stories from Nashville or nationwide tours. It's so cool to see all that goes into the careers of musicians. So go check out the link in our description for the full episode of The High Notes and subscribe to CMA for more behind-the-scenes action in country music.
Thank you so much, CMA, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it.
Y'all stay country.
Darn tootin', we're back here.
Howdy, y'all. I hope that wasn't too much tarnation for you. Let's get back to spitting in a bucket.
All right, Grant, what's the next one?
This annotation is, Drake will never beat the zesty allegations.
With the emoji of a medal.
The crying emoji.
Oh, it's okay, yeah.
Oh, it's like, yeah, they got
Crying
like,
emoji.
Android crying emoji. It literally looks like a crest or a
Yeah.
logo or something.
This is my family crest.
When did zesty become the new sus? Like, sus is short for suspect or suspicious
Yeah.
or whatever. And usually, colloquially, has meant like bi-curious or possibly even homosexual. I just don't get it because zesty, is that like because it's like the skin of a fruit? And fruit has often been used as well, like fruity. Like, I'm just trying to figure it out from like a lingo perspective.
I think it's like added flavor. I feel like it might have even been co-opted from the gay community, like as like a term of like, oh, they're like extra zesty. And now people are like, damn, you're acting zesty, bro.
Yeah.
But I think zesty boys are up, low key.
Now, zesty boys are up, you say?
Zesty boys are up, yeah. Little Pump painting his toenails.
I don't think that we should, I feel like the true zesty boys are the Loud and Proud brothers.
Oh, yeah, like the Proud Boys.
No, the opposite of that. Like Troye Sivan.
Oh, the Proud Gay Boys.
Yeah. Lil Nas X.
He's super gay.
The folks who are out there with it and proud of who they are, I would say zesty boys are up if we're
Yeah.
calling them zesty boys.
Oh, true, yeah.
if we're just
Scratch
talking
Lil
about
Pump.
like a straight guy who
Yeah.
paints his fingernails, that's
Scratch
not even...
Little Pump. He pissed in a stripper's mouth, too. And he shouldn't have done that.
Lil Pump did that?
Yeah, there's a video of it out there, and I watched it.
Ah.
He's got a huge cock. I mean, he should not have done that. She wanted it, though. And that's the disturbing part. But yeah, back to the zesty boys being up. Orville Peck.
Right.
He's not too proud, though, because he's afraid to show his face. So,
I don't know if he's afraid.
Elton John.
Elton John.
He's up.
He's up.
Let's go, gay guys. It's 10-0 gay guys. And there's not a chance for the other team. The anti-gay guys.
No.
They're getting beat out of the building.
Yeah.
I just came because I like sports.
Who, wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I
You
mean,
just did? Whoa.
anti-gay guys are losing 10-0. That's the clip I want to go out there from that. So if you can just kind of edit all around that.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I put Rich Flex.
I put I don't give an F.
This is Members Only by Drake.
Oh, I haven't heard this one.
Yeah, feel like I'm by. Wait a minute, you guessed the song with Yeet.
Oh, this is a song? I was sending a message right to the producers.
This lyric for Members Only is feel like I'm by cause you're one of the guys, girl.
Aw.
She's maybe burping, drinking beer, eating wings.
What do you guys say? We get some Uber Eats and watch the 4 o'clock slate. I got a parlay down.
I think you might be too down with the gangy. Last thing I want to say about this line, reading it, you would never be able to guess his cadence.
No.
I know a lot of people have heard this song, but maybe you're watching this a year from now and you forget. Go listen to the way that he sings this. It reminds me of like The Weeknd
Yeah.
when he's like, "Put that throat too far." I also think his lines about sexuality get a lot of heat, and I think they're pretty funny. Like, say you dating girls now, say it to me with a straight face.
Yeah,
like, that's funny. Like, that's funny. Come on.
Yeah.
I get people roll their eyes at stuff that Drake says, but I like his wordplay about stuff like that. Maybe not the, you say, actually, no, I will defend. On record, I will defend now. You say you're a lesbian girl, me too. I think that line,
That's funny.
it's funny. And
Yeah.
people, I get it. And that song's not great, whatever.
You know what it does? Makes me picture Drake as a butch lesbian. And I like that.
Thank you for saying that.
It's awesome.
And with AI, you don't even have to picture it just in your brain. You can type that in.
That's good coffee. This annotation is the chorus is speculated to be a response to Bruno Mars's January 2013 track, When I Was Your Man, which covers someone lamenting over a breakup.
Speculated to be a response to Bruno Mars. Did Bruno ever get in any beef?
I remember this, bro. This is a fucking song, man. I remember this. It's a big ass song. It's not rolling in the deep, but it's like kind of in the same vein, I feel like. Like big ass track. Fuck. If I think of it, I'm just gonna say it out loud too. Cause I'm just like thinking alive, man. You guys are seeing like my thoughts. It was like it's not Rehab by Amy Winehouse.
Came out before that.
It's like I should have bought you flowers. That's that song. And then bada bing, someone else says like, I didn't need those flowers. I didn't need them. I didn't need those flowers. It's like kind of like that. It's someone, man. It's a fucking pop star too. I feel like it's Miley Cyrus.
You have a beautiful brain.
I feel like it's fucking motherfucking Miley Cyrus, dog.
I really love watching you.
Wrecking Ball. When did that come out?
Probably like the same exact time. Bangers. Came in like a wrecking ball. I can't listen to that song anymore without picturing Dev Lemons doing stand-up over top of it at karaoke, by the way.
Yeah.
That was electric.
Big shout out to Dev Lemons and the Dev Lemons Army.
Sure.
And the Dev Limes Militia.
Yeah, sure.
I'd wage war for Dev Lemons.
Really?
Nah, but I'd punch someone square in their face if they said like a disparaging enough thing and I didn't know them and they had a little cute punchable face and they were talking some mad trash. I'd be like not that hard. I did them with my left too. I go, shh, it's enough out of you, you little noisy fuck. Who is this, man? This is gonna kill me, dog. Oh, it's Ariana Grande. Speaking of Deb, I didn't need those flowers. 3, 2, 1.
Put Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
I put Sunflower by Post Malone.
This is Flowers by Miley Cyrus.
Yes!
I fully got that from you.
I didn't know she had a song called Flowers, but that makes total sense. I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, talk to myself for hours, say things you don't understand. I can take myself dancing. I can hold my own hand.
Isn't she like at least 6 inches taller than Bruno Mars? Did they really have a thing?
A stack of 4 books is 6 inches taller than Bruno Mars. What do you want him to do? He's a fucking superstar. The guy is a peanut. He's a silk-covered Filipino peanut with one of the best voices of all time. My wallet is 6 inches taller than Bruno Mars.
I like Miley Cyrus, but sometimes it seems like all that's going through her brain when she's singing is just like, I'm singing.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? I hope that
I
hope that makes sense to somebody.
Yeah.
Next one. He further noted that he watched his grandfather save pennies, portraying YoungBoy's lack of financial stability while growing up. V, in particular, has been ridiculed on social media, particularly on TikTok, for sounding phonetically similar to I watched my grandpa say penis. I watched my grandpa say penis. I remember that. I know the clip, and now I'm not sure that I'm going to remember which song this is. But this one we get a clue in that it is an NBA YoungBoy song.
I did watch my grandpa save a penis one time. from execution.
I hesitate to ask, but what happened there?
Botched circumcision.
Okay.
A blind doctor lined up that little Willie in a whole guillotine situation. He was about to chop the whole thing off. My granddad dove out of nowhere, saved it, pushed it out of the way. Lost a pinky in the process.
Why was your grandfather at a circumcision?
What do you mean?
Like, why was he there?
They do them at church.
Oh, yeah, I guess why do they do them at church? It's weird.
They put it in the bucket. I don't know.
Feels like they should do it at a hospital.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they'll have a door-to-door cutter, too. Like a bris sometimes will happen in your living room. And you invite people over for it.
Hey, what are you doing this Saturday? I'm chopping my little son's dick off a little bit. Just some of it. I'm going to chop off some of my son's dick. If you want to come over. I'm probably going to grill. Not that. I'm going to grill burgers. And
Red River Rivalry's on. We could watch that afterwards.
Yeah. So, you busy? You want to come over? Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Just the top part. I guess it's cleaner and it's like a religious ritual or whatever. But yeah, so we're going to be chopping my newborn son's cock a little bit.
Yep.
We're going to be watching football on the big screen. I got some Coronas. Picked up a pack of Coronas.
My wife's making deviled eggs.
Come on over.
Wear pink. We're all wearing pink.
And if your son needs, I got a 2-for-1 deal. If your son, he's 10. Does he still have it though? Does he like the top of his penis? That top part? Does he like that little part? If he's not too attached to it, it's a 2-for-1 deal. Bring me a pack of Marlboros and it's on us. I won't even charge you.
3, 2, 1.
But make no sense.
I put Jamaica by Jackson Brown.
This is Bout My Business by NBA YoungBoy.
Yeah. See, I know the clip. I've heard it many times. Brad Taste in Music has it as a sound effect on his channel.
Nice.
He just sometimes presses that button and it says that line. But I am admittedly not super familiar with the entire catalog of NBA YoungBoy.
How could you be? He drops a lot of music.
He does drop a lot of music, but I love Make No Sense. And I'm glad that J. Cole cleared it up that he was not dissing YoungBoy and said he wants to do a song with him.
You and me are like J. Cole and NBA YoungBoy.
How?
You're old.
And I'm like a wickedly smart writer?
Yeah, you're like the old goat. And I'm like a rich young boy. And I do dumb numbers on YouTube. Just playing. Unless you're about to talk some trash about Dev Lemons.
No, that's one of my good friends.
I will scissor punch you in the leg.
She's like super talented and a great friend of mine. So I have nothing bad to say about Dev Lemons.
Cool. Let's get on to the next annotation.
All right, let's do it.
This one says, King Julien snorts cocaine.
I really feel like I have to know who King Julien is for this.
He's the little lemur.
He's a lemur?
Yeah, Madagascar. King Julien. King Julien. He says it something like that.
He says that?
I'm King Julien. Then he goes.
You know what I was thinking about?
Can animals snort cocaine?
No.
Oh.
Yesterday, I was talking about Madagascar for some reason with a good friend of mine, content creator, Ro Ramden. And I was saying they need to do an animated movie a la Madagascar called Galapagos and get all those freaks. Make them into like animated characters, lovable animated characters.
What freaks?
Galapagos Island has all the freaks, right? It has like a 10-foot tall turtle or something. Don't they have like it's like a island of misfits, but for animals. They've got peacock with 3 heads or whatever, right?
I think there's some unique organisms there. Yeah, all islands usually have some, but
Don't they send like neurodivergent scientists down there to kind of explore in like a polo tucked into short shorts and boots, and they've got like gray hair, but they're like 36, and they like go down there trying to discover the new Galapagos whatever.
this is as far as the idea went. Just like an animated movie about the Galapagos biome.
It's kind of like a spin-off of Madagascar though, because that worked so well.
Yeah, true.
And
But I mean,
those
that
were
was
kind of like core characters, you know, zebra, lion. We all know those animals. I want to learn. I think we ought to learn these kids some freak animals.
I'm just thinking like if you put like a dirt mound size of cocaine in front of an elephant and it did it, well, what's gonna happen?
They just did a movie about that called Cocaine Bear.
Ah, fuck.
Or it was about a hairy gay guy at a rave. Haven't seen it, don't know.
I can't stop thinking about Bruno Mars and Miley Cyrus hooking up. 3, 2, 1.
I put Rebound by JPEG Mafia.
I put Marsupial Superstars.
This is I Like to Move It, performed by will.i.am from the Madagascar film.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Nose powder upon your face.
He really says that.
That's awesome.
He snuck one in there.
Yeah.
Upon your face. Yeah, it kind of sneaks by.
Nose
ya.
powder upon your face.
Yeah. I love subversion.
Yeah, this is like when all the Disney movies had like boners in them. Or
Yep.
whatever. They really snuck it past everybody. Or Fight Club, how the Brad Pitt's in it. and you never even notice.
Yeah.
Like if you look closely, Brad Pitt's in that movie.
Yeah, I know.
And like you would think it's just Edward Norton the whole time, and then eventually you're like, wait a minute, it's like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
And I like stuff like that.
Dick Cheney. Just wanted to say it.
Okay. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a wrestler. This is a play on The Rock's last name and the pharmaceutical company Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson was one of the leaders in the race for the COVID-19 vaccine, hence where the shots are coming from.
The good old days.
What are the good old days?
COVID-19.
Why is that the good old days?
Simpler time. We were all fighting a disease together. And now we're all fighting each other like it's a disease.
I feel like you said that as if it was like slam poetry or something.
We used to all be on the same team, the one to end the disease. Now we fight each other like it's a disease. Snap.
No.
Time to snap.
I don't think so.
Thank you, Grant. The disease used to make us die. Now we end each other's lives. We live tangled in lies.
I looked at the COVID-19 virus and I said, oh, this easy. But now it feels like all this violence, it's diseasy.
Oh, dog, for real. Turn the lights out.
Oh no, I'm sick. And now the whole world is sick.
Oh, that was fucking stupid. That wasn't even like a poetry line.
My throat is sore.
No, it's convincing.
And now the fighter jets, they soar.
There you go. That's more like it. Up top. All right.
And that's why we have to end the war. And all this talk can become a bore. But enough with all this battle lore.
Nice.
Let's go back to who we were before.
I'm glad you jumped in on the slam poetry stuff with me.
The what?
Never mind.
I was just talking, man.
3, 2, 1.
But the knack too, BLP Kosher.
That's what I put.
This is the Knack 2 by BLP Kosher.
I feel like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson & Johnson shots.
shots.
Honestly, an underground classic at this point. It's like kind of a mainstream classic.
Great song.
It's crazy that the first time we ever heard that was submitted to our live stream by someone from Florida that we know, Romance Planet, who just sent it in on behalf, knowing we had to hear it.
Yeah.
Instantly, we were like, something's gonna happen with this guy.
Shout out BLP. Shout out Romance Planet.
I love what BLP does so much. I love the first half of his album. Something I'm trying to start.
I like
If anybody wants to do that.
Can I do it?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yep. It's kind of like a dental tool.
I kind of like imagine I'm playing a theremin from a distance.
Don't take it too far.
Okay.
Nope. You're doing a little too much with the extracurriculars. It's got a rhythm to it. Perfect. See, that's a little short. You gotta go.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I don't know how you can comment that, type it, however, do your best to spell it in the comments.
That's awesome.
Get a lot of comments of whatever you think that's spelled like.
Okay, this one just says best rapper alive, and it has 21 dislikes.
So my guess is that this is going to either be not a rapper at all,
Okay.
or somebody who it's absurd to say that they're the best rapper alive.
Oh, that would explain the dislikes. Could be Phoebe Bridgers.
Could be Taylor Swift's verse on Shake It Off.
See, they're going to let her play for the Chiefs next game?
Yeah, I heard that. Tailback, right?
Yeah.
She's brought enough press to the league. I think they at least let her run a few plays, a few out routes.
Flea flicker.
Swift hit hard at the 22-yard line. She does not have the build to play in this league. And yep, it looks like we've got some bad blood pouring out of her right arm. Swift's slow to get up after that one. Let's see if she can shake it off before the next play.
Nice one, Chris. Who's a bad rapper? You know what? I'm a bad rapper. I'll say it. I'm not very good at it.
I think you're all right. I do want to wrap this up, though, because I do have to go check on my cat, make sure he's good.
I don't care, man.
I feel like he's going to be fine forever and live with me, and we're going to be best friends.
I hope that's true, man.
Balenci.
You're like the Rizzler, man.
Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
What?
What was that?
I said nothing. 3, 2, 1.
Shape of You, Ed Sheeran.
Put TNT by AC/DC.
This is Little Things by Big Thief.
Okay, and the lyric here is, I was inside of you, kissing your mouth. You were inside of me, kissing my mouth.
That's awesome.
That's just kind of, it's raunchy. I love Big Thief.
I love this song.
Big Thief, I love this song. I love Big Thief's music. This is not the one that I would have annotated to say best rapper alive, though. Interesting annotation.
Oh yeah, I made this one.
Oh!
This song, or?
Oh, the annotation, yeah.
The annotation. So this is a DJ Grant annotation with negative 21 likes.
You would, though. You would be out there saying that.
Yeah, the Lanker heads aren't a fan of it, but if you are a HIVEMIND head, you should go like it.
Yeah, let's get that back to even.
Negatives.
Let's get that to negative 250. Let's see if we can really dig it down into the trenches. And I don't support negativity usually, but I think it would be funny if that went really down. A lot of down votes for that one would be very funny to me.
I've changed my mind, I agree. Make it negative.
Yeah.
Oh, you beat me today, Riley.
A great game of Genius Annotations.
So
though.
fun.
Happy to play with you.
Always.
If you have some funny annotations you'd like to see show up in an episode of this, send them over to DJ Grant. His stuff is linked in the description. Other than that, we'd like to thank our sponsor for today's video,
CMA.
Go check out their YouTube channel, and especially their series, The High Notes. All of that is linked in the description. Thank you to the Country Music Association for sponsoring this video.
We love it.
Other than that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, all that stuff I said at the beginning of the video, and Graydon, go ahead and leave these wonderful people some advice to leave or live their lives by.
Be content to seem what you really are.
All right, this has been HIVEMIND TV. We love you, appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.
I'm so proud of you.
What? I respect you, but at the same time, if you leave this job, I will disintegrate into pieces.
Okay.
I'll be an absolute wreck. My life will be ruined.
That's not my fault, though.
Never said it was.
I'm gonna start painting.
It is a threat, though.
Oh, you're threatening me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If you leave, I'm gonna do something really bad to myself. Might even be to other people, too. Because my cat is in Ohio.
That's enough, man.
Kai Sanat.
Go ahead, write something down.
Dennis.
Last night I got shit on.
Nope.